I was scared out of my mind. This was a major deal. Like, it wasn't just a couple teeth, it was all of them. I think the best decision that I made was to do it.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your man, KaleafWins, and today's show, really, before you get veneers, watch this video. I'm here interviewing a great guy. He's an artist, a father, he runs a ministry, and he's a minister, and he has a long journey, but he knew at a particular point in time, he's like, you know what? I'm putting myself out in the spotlight to a particular degree. I need to make an investment and get some veneers. Had to bring him on the show because he showed these processed pictures on his page, and I was like, wow, that looks scary. But you know what I'm saying? So before further ado, I'm going to bring up BlazeTorch, but let me tell you a little bit about BlazeTorch. Here's his album, Penny for My Thoughts by BlazeTorch. Checking out on all streaming platforms for sure. You can listen to the single Let That Thing Go by BlazeTorch. Also, there's a 6th annual gathering called Kingdom Culture 2024 Leadership Convergence on October 10th to the 12th. Please sign up and join in. Last but not least, he has Connect Family Life Wednesdays at 7 p.m. But without further ado, everybody give it up for BlazeTorch in the house. You feel what I'm saying? How you doing, fam? How you doing?
Good, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's been a long time coming. I say that.
Yeah,
finally
super
here.
long time.
Finally here.
Before we get in a conversation, this was going through an example was going through my mind when I first saw his videos of getting veneers.
Veneers done is very nerve-wracking and scary. There's a lot of things to consider, especially because these are going to be stuck in your head for like the next 20 years. Just for a little reference photo, that's what my teeth look like at the top there. Once your veneers are made, I think to get them remolded and made, you got to pay again. Bleach 3 is what I went. People still think they're natural. I just look like I brush my teeth 5 times a day, and I like them. Tip number 2 is have in mind the shape you want. I went with a Hollywood style, but shaved down canine. So but what I'm trying to say is mine is dead flat, but on the canines, I rounded them out. It's really hard to talk whilst I'm trying to smile, but you know what I mean?
Here's what I regret about getting veneers. Why do I regret getting the composite resin ones? Because the composite ones aren't as durable. They stain, they chipped. I actually chipped my front tooth right before I got my porcelain.
Yeah, that's tough.
Another regret is not getting enough of them. When I had the composite resin, I only went from canine to canine. So when they started to stain, it was kind of obvious. And finally, I wish I would have just waited till I had the money to get porcelain, because I don't know if they still do this, but back in the day, I had to get a little bit of my tooth to be shaved down a little bit.
So for me, it was a huge drastic change how my teeth were before to how they look now. Was there another different way to go about it? Yes, I could have done different treatment, but for me, I didn't want it. It was a treatment that was going to take a long time, and I wanted immediate results. So that right there is the before. Those are the pictures I sent the doctor. And
that's not even
for me
bad.
Personally, I don't think I'll ever regret making this decision.
Fact.
The biggest thing for me, as many of you know, I'm an influencer, and so appearance is everything.
That is the point, but I'm gonna let it play a little bit more. But that's the point. That's the point.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was really just an investment for my career and what I'm doing.
After practicing for a decade, I really want people to understand the benefits and the potential complications of them. Veneers are perfect if you have severe discoloration like tetracycline staining or even chronic smoking. They're also great if you have misshapen teeth like a peg lateral. They're also perfect for teeth that have had multiple fillings or have had structural damage to the teeth. If you've done Invisalign or you have proper alignment, they're really good to create some symmetry or balance to your smile. I want you to pay close attention to this part. Veneers or cosmetic crowns are permanent solutions to your teeth that need maintenance and possible replacement. Finding a dentist that you can easily deal with complications is imperative.
Before I get to your input, there was somebody, I believe, in Georgia who was arrested for not being a tech, not being certified, and he was doing veneers, which put people lives in danger.
Yeah, since he was like 17 years old or something like that.
I didn't know it was that age. Jesus.
Yeah, he was like a young guy, and people were going to him just to get veneers and whatnot. I guess he had like an inside to a dentist, and they were doing something crazy. But that's crazy right there.
But for watching these people's reactions, what do you think based on what they said? Because again, I've considered it because again, we're personalities. This is an investment in our business. So like watching their reactions, how does it make you feel?
Well, first off, I gotta just say something. I had something called periodontitis. So it's a gum disease. So I was not eligible to get veneers. So what I have are dentures. But these dentures are as clean as veneers, as you can see. I take care of them. They're able to come out. That's the one thing that people need to realize, is that if you're going to get veneers or if you're going to do anything like that, they stay in. I'm able to let my mouth breathe, pause. I'm able to let it, you know what I mean, if I have to take them out. But I think the best decision that I made was to do it. Was I scared? I was scared out of my mind for how many years, I don't know. And then one day I woke up and I knew I was going to turn 45, and I said, I don't want to be dying of illness because I didn't take care of my teeth when I was younger, going into my 60s and my 70s, and dying early because most of your health is found within your mouth.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
Yes, your teeth and your mouth are the most important thing on your body. Like if you have bad gum disease and your teeth are messed up, it can affect your blood and your heart.
What?
Oh, yeah, it's real. Your teeth are the biggest thing in your body, and people don't know that. So I had to take care of that because, first off, my health was very important to me. I'm in front of people all day long, talking all day long, doing all those things.
And you're a father, and you want to be around. Let's talk
I
about
that. I want to be around my kids. I want to be around my grandkids. I don't want to end up passing away because I didn't take care of my teeth. And so that stuff is real, man. And I had a really serious gum disease, and I decided I was going to do it. And the fear that I had turned into courage and faith. And I was like, I got to do this. And I woke up on July 28th, and I drove myself to the dentist by myself. And I had a 31 extraction done in one day.
Oh, my God. Yo, hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's one of the primary reasons I brought him on today, because I'm like, his pictures were painful. And the best way I can describe it, I'm talking about his pictures of that process, and even after the process, were so painful, it scared me away from even wanting to go to a dentist. It was scary. It was scary. But let me show everybody the before and afters real quick. It's great before and afters. He's a person that's in front of people every day. He talks to people every day. This is part of his business, why I think it's a great business investment. But there's a process, and I want, before we get to any topic, break down that process as you were doing just now, for sure.
Well, the first thing is you don't understand how you take things for granted when you're able to chew, just able to eat food. I wasn't able to eat food for almost a month and a half. I lost 10 pounds.
What?
Oh yeah.
Right?
I couldn't eat. Yeah, I couldn't eat. And now I'm starting to learn how to eat. Like yesterday I ate some pasta and I had a slice of cake, and I'm able to drink coffee. Like at the beginning, you're gagging, pause, you're just, because, and the thing is, you ever play sports and put a mouthpiece on?
Yeah.
Okay, the saliva gets real crazy if you've never done that before. So imagine a foreign object in your mouth all day long. The saliva is crazy. You can't talk, you're slurring. I thought I made a bad decision at one point, and I was like, I'm never going to recover from this. Like, this is going to be the worst thing I did. Now I don't have my teeth. I can't eat. I can't talk. I can't do nothing. But you have to go through the process.
So, real quick question, because again, and thank you for coming on and sharing this. This is painful.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a process, and I think it'll help a lot of people make a more firmer decision on what they need to do and why they should do it. I think it's a plus for influence, stuff like that. I'm considering getting it done myself, even though your pictures scared the hell out of me when you showed just the extracted teeth. When they extracted everything, and I saw the pictures, it was equivalent to somebody taking their nails and going across like a chalkboard. I was like, oh my God. And then after it, you were like,
I was awake. I was awake for the whole thing.
No medication?
They gave me 15 needles, but I didn't go to sleep. They didn't put me to sleep.
Oh my God, brother. Oh,
I was awake I felt every root coming out of my mouth.
Oh my God.
I felt the metal turning my teeth.
All right, fam. I'm good. No, you know what? I'm not good. This ain't about me. Share. No, tell people the process. It's not about me. Just share.
It's no joke. Depending on where you go, they will either put you to sleep or not put you to sleep. Sometimes when it's just an extraction, they're not going to put you to sleep because they don't feel that's a necessary, that's not a major, like you're going inside and breaking things. Like they're just pulling teeth out. But they had to numb me with 15 different needles, and they had to just one by one pulling them out, pulling them out, pulling them out, pulling them out. And then at one point the needle wasn't numb, and I felt it, and I'm letting them know, like, there's like people, like two, you got a dentist pulling, and then the person that's assistant like holding your mouth. It was a process, man. Like anybody who's not willing to go through it, and you're gonna freak out, like for real, then I would say like really consider what your teeth look like. But if your teeth are jacked up like mine were, then you need to do it. Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. That's funny. Especially for you being in ministry, you said if you're not willing to go through it, you're not going to do it, but you saw what your outcome goals were. And I think that a lot of influencers, especially the reason I want you talking about this on my platform, among other things I want to get to, is that as people who are in screens talking to people, we need to put our best investment in our features.
Absolutely.
Again,
Absolutely.
like I tell my cousin all the time, that's like 300 pounds. He's like, yeah, you should do this to work out. Brother, you first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be the representation of what you're presenting, and getting veneers is a great investment. Again, I'm considering myself, but I would tell them, drug me up, knock me out, numb me up. I do not want to be awake.
It was amazing because when I put my, I'm very transparent with my social media. So when I put it out and I put the before and after, like people like yourself, other people were calling me like, yo, like, did it hurt? Yo, I think I want to do that. Man, you look amazing. You look like you can stand in front of anybody. How's your confidence feel? I'm like, look, I've been invited to mayoral parties. I'm standing in front of governors. I'm standing in front of senators, and I mean, and now hi, my name is Erik.Acevedo. I can smile. My teeth match the places I go. If that makes sense,
it does.
You don't want to have, like before, like even on social media. Like if you ever notice some of my rap videos that I did, like as reels, my words would go in front of my mouth, simply because I didn't want people to see my teeth. Now, I don't need words in front of my mouth because my teeth are exactly what I wanted them to be. But you have to endure that process, And here's another thing that people don't talk about is like my wife had to be okay with it too, because now you have a husband with no teeth. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That has to be something that has to be talked about too. You can't just make a decision, especially if you're not single. If you're married, you're a husband or a wife, you got to make that decision together with your husband and your wife, because they're going to have to walk that process with you as well. They're not going to just, and my wife, I told her, I said, man, you got a toothless man now. And she was like, I still love you. You know what I mean? And but you have to be together on this decision. It's a life-changing decision, man. It really is. Nothing prepares you for what it's like.
In hindsight, here we go. What are some things that you wish you knew prior to getting it that you know now?
That I wasn't going to be able to eat, number one, because I was hungry like crazy, man. I was literally like, I couldn't even swallow soup. It was that bad. Yeah, it was like I couldn't. Yeah, like you can't eat. You have to retrain your mouth not to deal with saliva. You have to train your mouth to and then you got to learn how to speak again. Like my S's were always real crazy. It sounded like whistles and whatnot. Because when you're wearing these, what people don't know is that, yeah, it looks like it's just like a little thing, but it's plastic all the way to the back of your mouth. So when I eat food, I don't taste it at the top of my mouth. I taste it on my tongue, and then I gotta like try to taste the food in order for it to really taste good. So that's a whole nother process too, is enjoying food again.
What was a funny part of that process throughout all this pain that you kind of like chuckle about when you went through it? Like, what is something that you can actually take light of going through this process?
Oh man, I laughed about it as soon as I came home, and I was like, "Yo, I ain't got no teeth." Actually, I laughed at the dentist when they showed me a picture. I took a picture of myself while took them all out, and I looked and I was laughing. I was like, "Yo, I got no teeth right now. This is crazy." And I laughed at myself. Like I looked at like a 85-year-old man sitting in the dentist chair, and I was like, "You know what?
Again,
This is funny."
I think that painful road is worth it because you're making an investment for your business. And I think that any content creator watching
Absolutely.
this needs to strongly consider it. I'm strongly considering it. I think anybody that's in politics, like you mentioned earlier, needs to invest in this because people, they always say the world will judge you based on your teeth and your clothes. Like that's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't have a good smile, and here's another thing, my breath, and this is keeping it 100.
No,
My breath
I
don't
read.
my breath don't stink no more at all. I don't even have bad breath. I wake up in the morning and you know why? Because your breath doesn't stink because of what you ate. Your breath stinks because of your teeth and the bacteria it holds, even as much as you brush your teeth.
Wow. That's a bar. Brush your teeth, folks. Brush your teeth.
Yeah.
You heard?
Like all the stuff that's inside there, and like you don't understand. Like even if you have like a little chip in your tooth or whatever, that stuff can get into the gums and it can go down into the teeth, into the gum area, and you got food lodged in there. That stuff becomes rotten, and now it becomes bacteria that now makes your breath smell bad. And then not only does your teeth give you bad breath, but I don't deal with gut health anymore either. My gut don't hurt. My stomach don't hurt because I'm not swallowing bacteria that was in my mouth.
Now, quick question. How did your kids react when it was all said and done to your smile?
Yeah.
Your ministry reacts? How do your rap music fans react in totality? What were the differences that you seen in how people approached you after you got a professional look to match your professional level up?
Yeah. My kids truly were grateful because they knew that this was something that dad wanted to do. And when I got it done, they looked at me like, man, like in a way, my oldest was like, Dad, man, there's nothing you can't do. Like you just conquered this big old thing, man. Like you could do anything. You know what I'm saying? So it inspired him to understand that when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm actually gonna do it. And so they know about it. You know what I mean? Ministry wise, they were so happy for me. You know what I mean? Because they knew that I was struggling. You know, I was afraid. Listen, I was afraid to speak in front of people, and my teeth were so loose, and the periodontitis that I had was so severe that I thought that I would be speaking, and in mid speaking, one of my tooth would get loose and fall out. That's how loose they were. Like they would move. And I would try to eat, and I would have to like maneuver myself to eat on a certain area so that my teeth wouldn't come out. And they would fall out all the time, and they were brittle and everything. So when they saw the smile that I had, it matched the level of energy and the level of like you said, professionalism and the level of leadership that I really held within within the ministry. They were so happy, man. They were over the moon. They were elated.
Now, it's weird for me to even say this, but we live in a judgmental society. How many
Yeah.
business opportunities opened up after you got your veneers?
A lot.
Hold on. And I want to preface this by saying this. Did it piss you off that business opportunities that you were working on were kind of shaky on the other business partners end, but as soon as you invested in veneers, it just like opened up, or was it something different in that process?
No, I think that I have an understanding that if I personally want to have somebody represent a event that I'm doing or something that's happening, and that person might not have the best looking thing. Now, that's not me. I'm gonna let anybody rock. But there are some people who are like, yo, we represent this and we need everybody to look amazing. Then he's talented, but he ain't got the look. I get that.
Yeah, go ahead, continue. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
No.
Go down that hallway real quick. Go down that
get
hallway.
it.
Let's get it.
I get it. I understand that. I understand you're talented, but you don't fit the narrative of what we want represented in our company or represented in our thing, you know. And so when like I'm very good friends with the mayor of my city, right? And he knows I went through this process, and he would invite me places with him, go to like these really nice golf courses and stuff like that, have lunch with him. I'm sitting down amongst all these people that I don't know, and I would feel self-conscious, even though he would be like, yo, this is Pastor Acevedo, blah, blah, blah. It's my good friend, blah, blah, blah. And I would be there and I would be like, hey, how you doing? And I'm naturally a smiler. I'm not like, I'm like, hey, how you doing? So you see my teeth, even though I don't want it to be seen, because I'm naturally smiling when I'm talking to somebody. So I knew that I would get looks. They'd be like, you know, nice to meet you, but you could tell that their eyes are looking directly at how jacked up my teeth are.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I don't even get that look. It's like they look in my eyes because there's nothing to distract them.
Uh-huh.
And anybody who, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Continue.
Anybody now, watch this. Any pictures that I take, anything that people didn't know me past wise would never even know that I have this.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to tell my journey. So when I talk to people, I let them know, because sometimes they ask me like, you know, or you know, you're talking a little funny because I'm still learning how to talk. I'm doing 100% better.
Oh, I remember the video you posted. I immediately messaged you. I was like, "You all right, fam? You look like you were in pain."
I was
sitting there like, "Bro, I want to do this myself." But again,
I was in a lot of pain.
Like you said earlier, if you really want to endure this, what are your goals? What is your purpose? And is it worth it based on your goals? It's like saying, I want to go on a roller coaster. It looks fun. But when that seat locks and you're at the top of it and it goes,
are you ready to go down?
Are you ready to go? Did you get what you need to get? And I wanted to bring things up regarding cost and investment. I saw something regarding cost and investment of veneers. Let me share this real quick. This is supposedly the cost, and you can correct it, between $925 and $2,000 per tooth. Veneers typically cost between this. The cost of veneers also varies according to your location, the cosmetic dentist you select, the number of teeth you choose to treat, and the number of visits it takes to complete your procedure. Now, how many number of visits did you have to take to finish this process?
Well, I went into the initial assessment. Yeah, the consultation. They came in, they took x-rays of my teeth, and that was where they told me you're going to need a complete extraction.
Mm-hmm.
So then I knew right then and there this was a major deal. Like, it wasn't just a couple teeth, it was all of them. And so I'm like, all right, I got to get a major extraction. And then like I didn't have the money for it, so I was able to get care credit, which is like a credit card type of thing for the procedure. This particular procedure cost me $8,000.
But again, you are going to open up $10,000 of opportunities because of that investment. Because again, see, people don't think that. They think, oh my God, that's a lot. And again, that is a lot of money. We're in this wild inflation economy, but you're in making an investment for more profit.
Absolutely. Like, I'll be speaking in Ohio this week in a conference that you just highlighted. That's in Ohio. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm getting opportunity to go different places. I know that's a Kingdom Culture. I'm going to be speaking there. I'm actually going to be rapping there too. And so now I feel like there's opportunity. And the thing is, when you're going through the beginning of the process, you're like, Dad, man, I'm never going to speak again. How am I going to rap again? Like, for me, that was scary for me. Like, can I rap now? Because am I going to be able to spit? Am I going to be able to like go in the booth and actually sound like me? You know what I mean? And but when you train yourself, and every day you have to get better and better and better at it. So I haven't been on social media like that heavy because I'm still learning how to process through this and really speak clear. But I'm almost there. I'm ready for the bounce back.
Well, let me ask you a quick question. Speaking of music, what was it like the first time you tried to spit one of your verses with your brand new veneers? What was that process like? Describe. Because again, why am I asking this? A lot of content creators like myself, who we speak every day, our voice is our moneymaker.
Yeah, exactly.
How we deliver conversations is our moneymaker. What was it like at the beginning? Right after you got to the veneers, you had to try to learn how to speak, try to learn how to eat. But then after that month and a half went away, and you're like, okay, I can eat food. Thank God. You feel what I'm saying? You're finally here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was it like when you practiced that first rap verse, and what were the slight things you
So,
noticed?
so watch this. I had committed myself to a outside festival in Pennsylvania 2 weeks after I had gotten my surgery.
What?
Because I had already committed.
Committed with a deposit?
Yes.
Oh, that's why. That's why. Let's get to the bag. The bag.
There was money involved or whatever. But it was one of our good friends too, and I didn't want to let him down. So I went to Pennsylvania and I rapped. Now watch this.
2 weeks after your procedure.
2 weeks after my procedure.
Do you have video of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
No, it's not on YouTube. I have it personal.
Dang.
My wife has it. But yeah, like I rapped, and then but here's the thing. Watch this. This is really gonna blow your mind. I didn't get my bottoms until the end of September.
So hold on. That was the thing. So the consult was the first part. Then you got the process for your tops. Then you had to wait for your bottoms.
Yes. And I rapped with no bottoms.
Because I saw people saying that the sensitivity of the bottom teeth when you get the top done is ridiculous. Is that true?
No, absolutely. It's the opposite for me. I mean, I was this up here. Oh my gosh, man. There were times
aspirin? I would have took aspirin on deck.
No, I had Oragel on me all day long. So you would see me, I would be like this and numb in my mouth. So that, but now, like this morning, I woke up, put them on, pop, no problem. They don't hurt, nothing. I just had a cup of coffee right now. I'm going to eat breakfast probably after we're done here, whatever, but I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't even drink coffee, my brother.
Oh, that's horrible to Spanish folks. Can we get an amen?
Amen.
Listen, us folks from Spanish locations, if we can't have coffee, the anger. I don't care how nice you are as a person.
I was so scared to drink. I was so scared to eat. And I would go to restaurants because I'm sitting with people, you know, we go to restaurants or whatever, and I would have a full plate of food and I would only be able to eat just a little bit. And now I'm learning how to chew. Like, it's crazy because they're fake, you can't feel. You know how like you eat ice cream and it's like, I don't feel that.
So what was... I'm thinking about mine. All right, I'm in Pennsylvania 2 weeks after post-op.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
What was the first verse like to you?
I was shook out of my mind that my teeth were going to fall out because I didn't have a bottom bite.
Did you
the bottom bite
practice in the car?
I practiced in front of the mirror at my house before I left the PA.
And what was that like?
I was trying my hardest to spit a verse. I was just like, I was doing the fast joint. I was doing Royal. And I was
Why
like,
would you do a fast song?
I did a bunch. I did because I wanted to challenge myself.
What did you sound like? Did you sound like SpongeBob? Like, did you really?
I was like, but I had my verses with me though, so it was like my verse was rocking.
Oh, so you had the ad-libs going.
No, I had the actual song on. I put all my songs on.
I would have did the same thing. I
put all my songs on, but then. Now, testing session, I'm passing my test, and my life is a blessing. I'm never stressing. I'm done with confession. I'm like confession. My God is the best in His word. Like I'm back.
Yeah, you back.
Like I'm back. I'm back. You know what I mean? But now when I do it, like I get mad hype because in the video or anything that I shoot, man, I got like this beautiful smile. It matches me. You know what I mean? It just matches me. I'm mad hype.
What was your first photo shoot that you did with your new teeth?
I haven't done it yet. I mean. I haven't done a professional one, but I've been doing them like in my house, just taking pictures and whatnot. When I saw them the first time together like this, I cried. I'm gonna be keeping 100 because it was something that I never thought in my life I would ever have. Because I was deathly scared of the dentist.
Yeah, like most people are, which is why this is an important conversation.
Yeah, and a lot of people had that phobia of the dentist, and I had it for years, man, but I knew I had to face this thing. I call it a giant. I slayed Goliath with this process.
Mm-hmm.
I really did.
So how, and again, this is going to sound like a stupid question, but I want to just ask
Not
it.
ask anything.
If your confidence was at the 3 prior to this procedure, what is your confidence at now? And second part, have you noticed that you move more efficient after this procedure? Because now it seems like because it's crazy when it comes to our teeth, when it comes to our appearance, when it comes to from the judgment of society, we limit ourselves based on factors. It could be physical factors or it could be mental factors. What were the mental hurdles that are not there now? And that you see within yourself that you're kind of mad that you held back because of what your teeth looked like prior?
My confidence, I would say from a 3, I'm probably at a 7. I'm not gonna say I'm perfectly confident yet. 7 is still high. I think that what I hear a lot of people saying is that, man, they feel like nothing has changed in me because I was always still confident, even with a jacked up smile. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for me, though, I feel like I have an opportunity now to put pictures out. Like, I'm getting ready to take some professional pictures. I'm going to wear a suit. I got some stuff with the urban look, the whole 9. I'm going to take some really nice media photos. And I'm gonna smile in every single one of them.
not to be a troll, but I know his wife well. I know your wife was treating you kind of different after the procedure. You heard what I'm saying? I know she was treating you. I know she's treating you kind of different after. Yeah.
Nah, listen. My wife doesn't even. She's like, man, whether you have. She was with me with jacked up teeth, bad breath.
But she's the queen of for better or for worse outside of your teeth.
Yes,
like if you know, she's a ride or die.
Ride or die,
ride or die.
So now,
but then she gave you extra. She just gave you extra looks, like for real. Like
no, she does say I look handsome. I look very handsome. But there was I'm not gonna front. There was we were at an event and there was someone who said I was like, yeah, I'm getting my bottoms, blah, blah, blah. It was a woman, and I'm with my wife. Watch this. And she goes, oh, don't worry. She goes, before you even got the teeth together, you still was fine as hell.
Oh, my God. The thotties are coming out. The thotty bodies are coming out the woodworky, boy.
It was crazy.
The holes are swarming. Like, I didn't want to go there.
Yo, my wife made me laugh though, because the other day we was on our way to like this Oktoberfest thing, and we were driving, and I was like, babe, how I feel. We were talking about something, and she looks at me. She goes, "Don't worry, because you fine as hell anyway."
Let him know.
And I was like, yo, you're so funny, man. Like, but you know what? I don't really, because of my past situation and because of what we went through with adultery and all that stuff that I committed and all that. You know what I mean? That's open book. Like everybody knows what took place with my wife. And I was like my daughter's 13, so it was almost 14 years ago that this happened. I don't pay attention to that. I don't want, like, even though I got a nice smile, that don't mean that I'm going to entertain anything from that side. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to
it's a headache. Ladies and gentlemen, we are men. Well, I'll talk for me. I'm not going to say your age, but I'm like in my late 40s. Hoeing is a headache. like when you have kids and you're married, yeah, shorty got a fatty, but it's the drama that comes with a fatty. When you're in your late 40s,
no need for it.
Hoeing is way different than when you were 21. 21, do your thing. But when you have children responsibilities, a wife to be faithful to, and listen, for everybody, the content creators right there, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are married, we're talking business, and you have business setups and business deals. If some business partners, if they see that you're unfaithful in your marriage, that means you're going to be unfaithful in business deals. That's
absolutely 100%. 100%.
People think, oh, you get someone on the side. If you're not faithful over the most personal thing, then how you going to be faithful over my money? How you going to be faithful over this deal? How you going to be faithful when it comes to us doing business? If you messy here, that means you're going to be messy there.
Character and integrity is everything, man.
Yeah, but see, it sucks that we're in a society where people don't care about character integrity. Listen, it's gonna mess up your bag. You heard what I'm saying?
It's gonna
It's gonna
listen,
mess up
listen
your
to me,
bag.
man. It's gonna mess up your bag, and you know you're gonna end up not having a bag. You're gonna end up not having a baddie wipe no more. You just don't do it. It's just
Yeah, it's
not
a
worth it.
headache. Hoeing is a headache. That should be the
Super,
tagline. This is the hoeing is a headache segment. But before
super.
we
Yeah, there we
move
go.
off this subject, there's a important question, and I'm asking in a particular way. What
Yeah.
specific advice would you give to somebody considering veneers for the first time, especially from an emotional or financial perspective? Peep how I asked that, from an emotional
Yeah.
and a financial aspect.
I'm gonna answer the latter first and then go into the first one second. So financially, I believe there's plenty of programs and different things out there that if you ain't got the bag, you'll be able to take care of it, and they will do the procedure if you find the right people or the right dentistry to take care credit or whatever it may be. I even heard about that there's an American Express health card that you can get an American Express health card, and that's only for like major surgeries or dental things. I never heard of that before, but in the process of me looking to what I was going to get, American Express actually has a like insurance health card, credit card type of deal. I didn't know that. So I would say if you got the money, get them done. Um, and if you don't have the money, try to find some type of line of credit to be able to do it, and then take care of the, whatever payments it is. Now, emotionally, you have to be prepared for what it's going to look like, the process of it all. You're going to wake up some days very sore. You're going to wake up some days where you're going to be like, did I do the right thing? You're going to wake up some days feeling as though this is not going to end. Um, and you're going to go through an emotional roller coaster, but it's purposed. You're supposed to go through a process in order for you to get to the prosperity, in order for you to get to the bag, in order for you to get to where you want to go.
But see again, this is a life moment. Like, keep
It's
going
a
because
it's a
what you're
it's
saying
a
is a
life
life moment.
it's a life moment. This changed my life forever, forever. So I'm never going back to the old Eric of dealing with the teeth that were messed up and dealing with all the issues that I had and scared of teeth being falling out and all that. I don't have to worry about those things, but now I have to confidently step forward and begin to put myself back out there in what I do, whether it's rapping or teaching or ministering or just being in front of people. I'm confident enough now with my talking ability, and I'm confident enough now with the way that I look, that now I'm really going to go harder on social media. And it's interesting because I'm gonna say this, and some of your viewers might not understand, or they might feel as though, that's kind of iffy. But the Lord spoke to me back in 2020 that I was going to be a social media pastor. What that means is I was going to minister and influence people to not just be a part of a church, but to have relationship with God. And I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know that I had to go through a process of changing my appearance before I stepped into it.
But pain, you have to go through pain to get progress.
Yeah,
In
that's
anything,
it.
if I want to get muscles, my body's gonna be sore for about 3 straight years.
Exactly.
If I want
Exactly.
to be rich, I'm gonna have to cut back on all these streaming apps that I'm a part of every month. Like this pain is a part of any process, and I think that's the biggest
Always.
thing about this conversation. Like, people can look at it on the surface. Oh my God, watch this before you get veneers. Yeah, that's cool, but are you willing to go through that valley of that process to get? Is your goal so important that you're
Yeah.
ready to go through this? Now, again, we're not saying this to be like trigger warning and anything like that. This is a process. I thank you for taking the time to talk about that. But if you,
Yeah.
real quick, last question I'm gonna ask is gonna sound like the same question, but it isn't. If you were standing in a room full of content creators who were considering getting veneers, what are the 3 quick things you would tell content creators on social media specifically?
It's worth it. Endure the process. And if you were confident before, your confidence is going to grow even greater.
No, thank you for sharing that. I really want to thank you for taking the time to come here today, but I do want you to add some closing statements because we talked about a variety of things.
Yeah,
Whatever you feel in
absolutely.
your heart, I'm going to give you the floor. Please just drop your closing statements right now.
Man, I first off, I want to thank Khalif for actually having me on this platform. It's a blessing. It really is. We go back so many years, and the one thing I can say about the brother is that he's never been fake at all, and I think that's what kept us in the relationship in the way that we are. And my wife's cornbread as well. If y'all don't know, you better get to know. No, but for
You
real,
better preach. Continue.
I want to say, just be real, man. Authentic to yourself. Don't allow the current state of any societal norm to change who you really are, because there is a real authentic you on the inside. And sometimes we're trying to discover who we are on the outside when God really put it inside of you. So ask God, show me who I really am, and then let that thing come forth. And when it does, guess what? You're going to blossom, you're going to bloom, and you're going to be an amazing artist, amazing rapper, father, husband, example for this next generation to excel and become the best that they can possibly be. So I ain't perfect, but I'm postured before the perfect one. And that's the greatest thing for my life, is that I might not have it all together, but I'm held together by the one who has it all together. So just be encouraged, man, and keep making dope music, and don't be afraid to express yourself. I mean, that's it.
Everybody give it up for Blaze Tizorch in the house.
Yeah,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody, thank you for joining the show today. Everybody, go into the description, stream his project, buy his merch, check him out. And as I said before, the project is Penny for My Thoughts, out by Blaze Shorts. Stream it now, but support an artist by buying merch and things of that nature going on. Thank you for joining the show today, Blaze. I really appreciate it.
Thank
We'll
you,
talk
man.
after this.
It.
Everybody have a great one. Please share this video, especially with the veneer journey, or maybe it's the ministry side of it, or maybe you have an older relative that really wants to rap but they're holding themselves back. Share this video so this video can encourage people to make the changes they need for what they want in their life. Stop sitting in your worry and your concern, and like Blaze Torch says, count the cost of that investment, whether it be veneers, whether it be ministry, whether it be creating a rap album, and go through that painful road to get to your desired outcome, because pain equals progress. I'm Kaleaf wins. Everybody have a great one. Peace, and we out.